With clear interfaces, we accelerated product development from 4 years to 6 months. What decided the speed wasn't the engineering. It was the fine line between the modules. Offshore wind is the same, just scaled up big time. From turbine to foundation, from foundation to cable, and many, many more. A fine line that nobody really owns. And that's where the conflict starts. Not inside one scope, but on the boundary between two. I'll now demonstrate how we solve the interface management, and this here has been rolled out for several projects already. We have the interface module here, and the first thing you see is a little dashboard with the KPIs here, and then in this demonstration here we categorize it by work streams. It could be very technical components or modules. And on this chart here, we see who has the ownership of which interfaces. And if we click on employer, then we see how many for the employer and how many for the contractor. And that's the to-do, the next to-do, until the interfaces align. And let's jump into one specific interface here, where we can see I am the employer representing the employer, and it's sent to the employer. That means I have the task now. Let's open and see what we got in here. And here we have the title, we have what impact it does have, this interface, and this here is basically the very important thing. This is what we have to align between the two parties. And how do we do that? We have a deadline, and then we have the communication log. That's where we align all the details. We could have attached drawings and documents, but everything related to this specific interface ID 16 is on this. And here we can see there's a correspondence, and that is full traceability. We can see exactly who wrote what, when. How do we define who is responsible? And how do we assign that to the responsible person? Let me demonstrate. First, we have who is the interface owner, employer, contractor in this case here. And then we have the work stream, because we define everything on work streams. It could be technical components, but in this case here, it's work stream. And then we have the work stream for the employer. We have defined that was design engineer, but let's, for example here, choose it's now construction. And then we can see it change automatically to Sindhu, who is responsible for the contractor's part. I'll show you how that is auto-assigned via our roles and responsibility matrix. This here is where you set the team. In this case, as I mentioned, it's work stream. It could be a very specific technical system or anything. So we have the responsibility defined right here. It's a RASI matrix. And then who is responsible? That's the two, the person in two, and there can only be one in two. Then we have who is going to be informed. They are on CC for contractor and employer. DNV points to poor interface design management as the root cause to many subsea cable failures. Our interface module get every interface aligned and signed off before they end up as claims and project delays. And all inside Microsoft 365. DM me and let's discuss how we can tailor it for your projects.